Welcome to Unfiltered, Pixel Pro Audio's weekly show. Today we have exciting news. We're going to talk about the newly announced Lewitt microphones as well as Warm Audio's new vintage microphone clone. Hey guys, welcome back around the drum. Today we're going to be talking about some new Lewitt microphones coming out and also talking about the WA251, that's a Warm Audio mic. But first, we're going to remind you that we have a newsletter, and with this newsletter, you will be alerted to new Unfiltered episodes and also be entered into every drawing we have for free gear. And this quarter, we're giving away an MXL 2008 or 2008, whatever you want to call it.
I'd say 2008. That's this microphone.
Yeah. To subscribe, you need to go to pixelproaudio.com/all-access. Just announced from Lewitt are two brand new microphones, updated ones that from previous models. But Jake, tell me about what has just come out. What was just announced?
Well, the big thing is the new LCT-140 Air microphone, which replaces the original Lewitt LCT-140. And we don't know a lot about it yet. I guess the big thing we do know is that it's $50 cheaper than the original, and if they did the kind of a similar thing with the LCT-240 and the 440 Pure and the 540 Sub-Zero. And basically what those amounted to, I thought, was great sounding microphones at a cheaper price. Yeah. And I'm hoping that that's what we're going to get from the LCT-140 Air.
What is an LCT-140? What is it for? Like, how big is it? What is this thing?
It's a small diaphragm condenser microphone. I think most commonly used for overheads and acoustic guitar, things like that. Okay. Percussion.
And so this is what is this replacing? Is this an updated model?
This is replacing the LCT-140.
Okay. So what does Air mean then?
We don't know yet.
Okay. So
we don't know yet. But David has some experience with the original LCT-140. Yeah. So, I mean, tell me what you thought of that microphone so we can kind of get a feel for what to expect from this one.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it's in a similar ballpark. What I noticed when I used the LCT-140 on overheads was that it was just very smooth. And it didn't capture the toms so much as like more the cymbals, which is what I like in overheads. But it was a very smooth response, and I liked that.
Did you ever try them on acoustic guitar?
I don't think so. I think I just did the 440 acoustic guitar. Yeah.
Okay. And then the other microphone that they're coming out with is a brand new microphone. We have no idea really what to expect from this. All we can say is it's the LCT-040 Match. I don't know what the match means yet because they didn't really say.
Okay.
But there's going to be two. There's not two versions, but there's going to be two packages you can get it in. One is just the mono single microphone, and then the other one is a stereo pair. And the interesting thing there, a little bit interesting, is that the single version is $99 and the stereo pair is $189. So you're saving $10 getting the pair.
Okay, so we don't know what.
I assume it's like intended to be entry level overhead microphones, but
I wonder if they're the size of a match.
Maybe,
because they're this big.
Maybe they're
tiny.
They're tiny.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. Maybe that's why.
They kind of talk about in terms of selling feature, it being able to fit into tight spaces and stuff.
Because in the audio world, when you say match, you're talking a pair, like a match pair. Usually,
but that's not what this. No. That's not what it means here.
Okay.
Which is a little bit confusing, but
so this was just announced. Hopefully, we see this at NAMM. You can actually. Things come out about it.
Yes, we will see it at NAMM, and we usually get to talk to the Lewitt people there, so I know we have a meeting with them, so I'll try to pick their brain and see if I can get some more details on it.
Good.
And we'll report back here later on.
Good.
Cool. Well, let's move on to the announcement a few weeks ago. I think it was Warm Audio announced their new microphone, the WA251, and this is I don't know what words to use, replica or a remake or reissue of the classic
clone.
Yeah, I mean they're basically
clone. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, kind of cloning the circuit, but with a microphone, anytime you're cloning something, the capsule's going to be different, so it's never going to be exactly the same sound.
So this is a WA251. So tell me the history of what this mic is cloning.
So it's cloning the Telefunken Elam 251 microphone, which is a stupidly expensive vintage microphone. And even, I mean, Telefunken themselves have reissued it, and even those are very expensive.
$9,500.
$9,500 for one.
Yeah.
So the price point on this is $899.
Yeah.
Okay, positive.
Yes.
Okay, good. we have a whiteboard here. We write down everything, but I don't see the price.
Yeah.
We write down. We're supposed to write down the prices. Whose job is that?
Whoops.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
I just got an itch in my nose.
Yeah.
All right, so this is cloning or replicating some, the awesome
classic
Telefunken mic.
Yeah. It came out in the 60s when AKG and Telefunken kind of joined forces and made like the mic.
Okay, and this is different from other vintage microphones that people like. Do you know why, or like, is this because this is a tube microphone?
That's part of it.
That's part of it. It's a holy grail microphone for sure.
Okay.
Like one of those microphones. And I used to work at Smart Studios, and they had one of the original Elam 251s, and it was the only microphone in the studio that I was not allowed to touch. There was a note like on the case that
It's a J,
because it was it's Butch Vig's studio, and that was his microphone, and there was a note on the microphone that said something about the capsule being at the end of its life, and nobody's allowed to touch it. Nobody's allowed to go near it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if Butch wants to break it or ruin it, he can.
Right.
kind of thing.
He's going to get the last however many hours out of that microphone, and nobody else is going to steal those.
Yeah.
But I did get to hear it because when I was working there, this was 20 years ago, Garbage was still a band. And are they still a band?
They might be.
They might be.
Yeah.
I don't think they were for a while, but maybe they were. I don't know. Anyway, I did get to hear it, and it did sound absolutely incredible. And so I always wanted to just sneak it out for a little bit, and just play with it, but I wouldn't do that.
No.
All right, David. Kind of tell us about its structure, components, makeup, if you could. Like, what does this thing have in it? Anything special?
Yeah, it starts off with the capsule is like the front end of a microphone. That's where good sound starts. It's got a CK12 capsule. It's all brass. We think it's the same one as in the WA-14.
We are guessing.
Guessing, yeah.
Okay.
We think we're
Again,
not
this is
totally
another
sure.
thing at NAMM. We are going to go, and I'm hoping I get to actually hear the microphone at NAMM.
That'd be awesome.
We'll have a lot more details at that time where we can definitively say things like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
If Warm Audio wants to send us one, we can try it out.
Absolutely. I would love to get my hands on this because I think I talked on the new Gears Resolution episode about getting a good vocal mic, and I don't know, this one looks really good. It's got that classic look, just like the Telefunken, and I don't know, I love the aesthetics, and I would think about this microphone and getting it. I know you're talking about the WA-47.
That was the other microphone they had at Smart that was like the big go-to microphone, was the original U47, and that was a microphone I used a lot and loved, and that's kind of why I would love to get the WA-47 and really take it home and really get to know it because of my experience with the U47. I just kind of want to know, like, how close are they getting with these replicas?
Yeah.
So my intrigue is very high with this WA251. But continue on, please, David.
Yeah, then they replicate the ELAM circuit, the 251 circuit. They're using like all WEMA film capacitors, which is great.
They had a Cinemag transformer.
Yeah. Cinemags are awesome. Have you ever heard one?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, they are.
Used them quite a bit.
Just anything running through a Cinemag, even at line level, just sounds amazing. I could gush about those for days.
His
my experience
went up high.
with Cinemag is that they tend to be a little bit more colorful.
Yeah.
Than say like a Jensen. So here's and this may be outdated information but for me, Cinemag is like slightly more colorful, and then there's Lundahl, which is like super clean.
Oh yeah.
And then there's Jensen, which to me always sounded a little bit warmer, but I usually didn't prefer the Jensens. I usually kind of went towards the Cinemags or the Lundahls because I either wanted more color or totally clean.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay.
This one has 3 polar patterns on it: cardioid, omni, and figure 8. Is that did the original have that too?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
at the time. Okay, I never saw one in my life, so
I saw them. Like I said, I didn't actually get to use it.
Yeah.
but this one
I
has
only ever heard it in cardioid. I can tell you that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else to say about its structure?
Well, it's got the JJ tubes, and those are amazing.
Okay.
I personally prefer JJs over most other brands for most applications.
And it sounds like they went through a process of eliminating or narrowing down their tube selection for this mic.
Yeah, totally.
And this is where they settled on.
I mean, what we can say is that their recreations in the past of past vintage gear are great.
Yeah.
So there's a reason to have fairly high expectations. That's kind of my opinion on it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I hope you do get your hands on it at NAMM.
I think I will.
And that is going to be
that's like one of my main things I want to go see.
Yeah.
That's going to take place about a week after this releases, and so hopefully you'll get your hands on that and be able to filter some information back to us.
Chris and I are going to try to record an episode of Unfiltered
in
California. Well, we won't. We've tried it in the past. There's like if you look at our YouTube page, there's some great old videos of Tay and I like 3 or 4 years ago. Like,
no, don't look at that.
They're good laugh.
No.
It's funny.
Hey, we're back here in our hotel room.
Boring old hotel room. But.
Yeah, so I really hope you guys get your hands on these microphones and give us more information because all of them intrigue me because I'm going to be in the market, and you are too, for getting some drum mics, and maybe the LCT-040 and 140s will do the job.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay. Anything else to say about them?
Yeah.
Nada? Okay. Well, thanks for watching, guys. And again, go to pixelproaudio.com/all-access to subscribe to our newsletter. That will automatically enter you in to win free gear giveaways that we do this quarter.
April 1st. This one's getting
MXL
given away.
2008.
2008.
I keep forgetting how to say that.
I mean, we have about 5,000 subscribers or so right now. So you have a good chance of winning this compared to other giveaways.
Yeah.
And by signing up, you are entered into every single giveaway we're going to do. It's worth your time. We only send out a few emails a month, and they're all related to this stuff with information and news. And I think we're having fun, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. This is
Come
great.
on.
I hope you guys enjoy it too. So we'll see you next time around the drum.